My name is Angela McKinney with the IEP Technical Assistance Center, here with another basic classroom management tip. Today, we will be talking about creating clear rules and procedures in the classroom. First, how do we decide on the rules? You can determine the rules yourselves prior to students even entering the classroom, or wait until the first day to collaborate with students to decide on the best rules for the class. While the second option can be challenging, getting buy-in from the students can help increase compliance with the rules, and it can help to put the rules in very simple, child-friendly terms that come straight from your students. Here are some things to think about when creating rules. First, think about the values of your school. If part of the vision of your school or district is about having a safe and respectful learning environment, your rules should connect back to this. Next, determine a very short list of rules that make this vision happen. The fewer rules you have, the better your students will remember them. A general guideline is to have no more than 5 rules in your class. Each rule should be specific, positive, and sensible. So let's break each one of these down. Be specific. A rule should be short and sweet, but have enough information to explain what to do. So if a rule is listen, to what? To who? When? Sometimes we get too much detail and it just becomes overwhelming. Come to class with your computer, your folder, your homework, a sharpened pencil, ready to learn and with a positive attitude. So you get the idea. State all rules positively. Each rule should tell a student what to do rather than what not to do. Follow the teacher's directions within 10 seconds. Raise your hand before speaking. Keep your hands, feet, and objects to yourself. Come to class prepared with materials and assignments. Rules should also be sensible. Really think about this one. Sometimes we create rules that seem to make sense at the time, but they don't make sense for the classroom. For example, rules like stay in your seat or remain quiet during work time don't make sense if you're consistently using stations in the classroom or wanting students to work together and discuss things. When a rule is not making sense anymore, get rid of it or change it. You're the teacher and you're allowed to change the rules when they need changing. Now that we have some fantastic rules, we want to make sure that the students know what the rules are. Now this takes explicit, repeated, ongoing direct instruction, practice, and feedback. When teaching each rule, connect it back to its core purpose. So why should we keep our hands, feet, and objects to ourselves? Because it keeps our classroom safe. Why do we raise our hand before speaking? Because it shows respect to your teacher and your classmates. Following the rules should have examples and non-examples. So get your students involved in describing those examples and non-examples. Have them act it out, create visuals, or take pictures. Remember that reviewing and practicing should continue throughout the school year. Now let's talk about procedures. So we use procedures throughout the day to keep our classroom safe and to best utilize our time, and quite honestly, to teach students how to follow procedures, which is a lifelong skill for just navigating life. As we establish new procedures, we fall back on the classroom rules and the core values. So for example, we might teach a specific procedure for lining up for recess. Number 1, stand up and push in your chair. Number 2, walk slowly to the door and get in line. Number 3, voices off. And number 4, remember to keep your hands, feet, and objects to yourself. Share the why of the procedures. So each of those steps is generally about safety and respect. There are many procedures to teach, practice, and review. You might have procedures for lining up, for walking in the hallway, for transitioning to group work, for turning in work. Really, the possible procedures are endless. And you may have to add new procedures throughout the school year. Just like any other skill set, Students can become proficient with the procedures through instruction, practice, feedback, and review. Time spent on the rules and procedures in your classroom is part of overall classroom management and will eventually save you time by creating a more positive, efficient environment.